If you're feeling burnt out or just constantly waiting for the next holiday, I've been there. So I wanted to share the steps I've taken to build a life that I don't need a vacation from. Good morning, I'm flying to Bali today for a mix of work and pleasure, and I wanted to make this video talking about how I live my lifestyle and have a more flexible job. I'm also a certified Pilates instructor, a holistic nutritionist, but if you're looking for a flexible career as well and have a passion like mine in coaching people, I wanted to introduce Mind Body Green's life coaching program where you can start your own business and take on clients in just 12 weeks. So if you've ever thought about wanting to help other people or have a more flexible career, this program is for you. And it's not just any other online course. It's accredited by the board certified coach organization, which means you'll earn a credential that has weight in the coaching world. What stood out to me as well is how efficient this program is. You can complete it up to 4 times faster than other certifications. So if you're serious about wanting to get clients and help people sooner, this is a major benefit for you. It also costs up to 60% less than other comparative programs with no surprise fees, no annual maintenance fees, just high quality training that you can complete within 12 weeks. It's also flexible and done remotely, so whether you're a working mom or you have a current corporate job that you want to balance this with, I personally think that's amazing that you can add this to your already existing schedule and fit it in a way that aligns with you. And what I love the most is it's not just theory-based classes. You get real-world coaching practice every week in areas such as career, relationships, personal growth, and helping your clients find balance in their lives. You can also get free access to an 8-week business course that's normally worth $1,200, by the way, which is complimentary when you sign up for the life coaching program that teaches marketing, sales, and client acquisition to help you build your own successful coaching business. For more information, the link is down in the description and here, but don't forget to use my discount code to save even more. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to comment and I'm happy to share more about the process. I know I personally have a huge passion for helping people. I think it's just part of my personality. I am an ENFP. But I feel like my whole life I've always wanted to just share information that makes people feel good about themselves. And I just feel like it's so nice to have purpose and drive behind anything you do. So as someone who became a holistic nutritionist and now a certified Pilates instructor, I can definitely say that becoming a coach in some capacity is so beneficial to your own personal growth as much as it is for theirs. With that said, I'm gonna finish getting ready for the airport. I have about 30 minutes before I need to leave. I'm gonna be flying from JFK to Qatar to Bali, and it's gonna be, I think, over a 24-hour flight or journey. So I'm gonna be doing some prep and showing you as well what like a work day in my life looks like, especially while traveling. Because I did ask on my Instagram if I should talk about how I live my lifestyle or how I make money as a content creator or like how I balance it all, I guess, like work and fun and, you know, keep myself motivated, especially like with no one else on my back, like being self-employed, which is a really good skill to learn as well. But I thought that would be like an amazing thing to showcase in this video before I get to Bali, which you'll also see those travel vlogs being posted on my channel. So make sure to subscribe to see those in the future. But yeah, let's just continue with the rest of the vlog. I feel like I just wear PJs on the plane because I don't like wearing jeans. So this is the airport outfit. This morning, I got myself some coffee and decided to make a really nutritiously dense breakfast because I was going to be on the flight for a while eating airplane food, so I wanted to have just a really good source of carbs, healthy fats, and protein before starting a really long day. And while I'm sharing this morning with you, I want to talk about the first step I took, which was the wake-up call. For me, it was a moment of quiet where I was just sitting alone one evening exhausted after work, asking myself, what would a life I don't need a break from even look like? And I realized I had no idea. That was the moment I knew something had to change. Because let's rewind a little bit. A few years ago, my days were completely booked. I had a job that paid the bills, but I just felt exhausted. I was working a job while also being a content creator, but I felt like my job didn't really belong to me, and I would end up planning vacations just to escape the reality I had created in my day-to-day. I felt like I was living someone else's version of success. I had these achievements on paper, but I wasn't fully happy because I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know where I wanted my career to go, and I didn't feel like I was doing enough. So the second thing I had to do was make a big shift in redefining what success meant for me. Not what society thought, not my boss, but what I thought of it. For me, success became less about my salary and more about my overall feelings of happiness and health. Once I realized this, we can move on to the next step, which is designing a flexible career. Because once I figured out I wanted to have a more flexible remote lifestyle, I had to figure out how to actually create it. I started by identifying my transferable skills, such as writing, communication, editing, video management, graphic design, which is what I did in my previous job, and I realized the potential I saw in myself with content creating. I found that becoming a travel vlogger was giving me the freedom that I was craving, and also allowed me to explore other interests such as becoming a freelance graphic designer or web designer. The next step is the hard part, creating boundaries and balancing it all. I set up boundaries around my work hours and created rituals to separate my work mode from my life mode. Because when you're working for yourself, your time can just blend all together, and it's hard to stay self-motivated. So I told myself I would work from Mondays through Thursdays, but also the some weeks that I was going to be busier on a weekday, I would work on a weekend day instead. It's our first morning here in Bali, and when I mentioned setting boundaries for myself, I like to kind of create my workday hour by hour, and if there's a day like today where we're gonna go exploring, I did some work this morning, I did some last night, I'll basically break it up into what a corporate day would look like and then fit into my schedule the right hours I should be working or editing and kind of balance that in a flexible way. I'll kind of give like an example of what my written schedule for today is on the side here. And I make space for hobbies, rest, real connections, and feeling present because I feel like that's so important to have in your life. And now this is what my life looks like. I wake up without an alarm most days. I work on projects I care about. I have the time to take a walk in the middle of the day or travel without asking permission. I'm finally not just living for the weekend or my next vacation, I'm living every day. I think the best advice I heard, and a tip for you, is to write down what you want your ideal day to look like. Do you wake up whenever? Do you go and do a workout first thing? You have to get really specific with the details so you can fit the gaps and fit in a way to make your income that aligns with your passions and hobbies. Let me know in the comments what your ideal lifestyle would look like and what even your dream job could be if you could do anything in the world. Like, side tangent, if I could, I would love to work in film and be like a, I don't know, stylist, but like realistically, I have no experience in that. But then again, I remind myself, we're all so young, life is so full of opportunities, and there's never like too late. It's never too late to do something or start something new, take a new course, try something out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.